Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, present here and present there. A lovely morning to all of you. Good morning. Yes. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to the meeting number 570 of our Invictus Toastmasters Club. So to break the ice, I would like to ask some questions. Are you ready?
Yes.
Yes. So raise your hand if your answer is yes. So the first question is, have you ever felt nervous or before speaking? All the time.
Always.
Okay. Have you ever feel very happy and relaxed after speaking?
Yes.
Okay. And have you ever feel that after joining Toastmaster, your confidence level has improved?
Yes, it is.
Because this is because of Toastmaster. Because it is courage and curiosity made all of us to bring here. But it is audacity to bring to the stage, and it is a few words to break the ice. We need only few words to break the ice, right? So as your Toastmaster, as your Sergeant at Arms, I Toastmaster Shiri welcomes you all once again and will explain you the rules and the core values and the mission of Toastmaster. The mission of Toastmaster is to provide a positive and supportive learning environment for its members to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. And the four shining core values are, anyone who wants to tell? Four shining core values of Toastmaster? Integrity, respect, service. Excellent. Very good. Now, to ensure our meeting flows smoothly and respectfully, there are a few housekeeping rules for everyone. As Toastmaster, we avoid discussing topics like sex, politics, and religion. Please refrain from speaking when someone is here delivering their speech or explaining any rule. And we all have one, maybe two, maybe three mobile phones. Please keep it on silent to avoid unnecessary distraction. Online friends, please add DM, TM guest before your name and your role next to it. And please mute your mic if you are not speaking, and please keep your cameras on while you are speaking. This is a hybrid meeting. You all know we have online friends. So, friends, if you have any technical problem, please feel free to contact our tech master or host of the meeting. And here, appreciation is a must. Please clap wholeheartedly after every performance because appreciation is Toastmasters culture. And handshake is a must here before coming on and off the stage. Now it is time to welcome our presiding officer. Our presiding officer works as a medical content manager by day, and by evening she turns into a passionate research scholar. And she has recently completed her third master's in psychology with 100% marks and gold medal, and currently pursuing her second doctorate. And she is a perfect example of how humility and confidence go hand in hand. So please welcome our presiding officer, Toastmaster Dr. Sangeeta.
It's so wonderful to see all of you that I forget to greet everyone. So good morning. Welcome to the, who remembers the number of meeting? 570. Yes, 570th meeting. First, I want to thank all of you, the people who are sitting in person, because I know it's not only sultry, it's suffocatingly hot. And committing yourself here is something that is very touching for me. And I just want to express my gratitude because I was not feeling well at all and I was running a high fever, not because of the flu, because I was doing some kickboxing session and I have a very bad muscle pull. But I had to come here because the energy that everyone gives is a therapy for me. And thank you for being so therapeutic, because I cannot be more grateful to be here. And while I was coming, I also thought about certain things that was all the members here have a niche and they are performing extremely well in their niche, be it in their office or productivity or here as well. Therefore, today, I have a proposal for each one of you. The thing is, what if we have a session on Thursdays or Wednesdays where you teach us about your niche? For example, Toastmaster Bhavani can teach us about embassy details, because I think so the way she can handle the embassy questions and how you should go abroad is worthwhile. Or I can also take an example of Toastmaster Ritesh. He can give us a session on negotiation, because I have never seen a person explaining negotiation so well. Another example is AI by Toastmaster Deepak and cybersecurity by Toastmaster Tanish, because I think so TMOD session is not enough for us. I want to learn more from each one of you. I can give examples on and on, like Toastmaster Shireen on calm and composed nature, Toastmaster Kishan on advocacy. Toastmaster Paras is already such a brilliant speaker. He can talk on anything and about anything. And everyone, every single of you, whether I'm naming or not, because there are many people, you can give a session to us and teach us. And this is my proposal. If you think this proposal is worthwhile, because Toastmaster Deepak already have a session on coffee beans, and wholeheartedly he gives all his energy to explaining all the leaders, and I always read it. I love those posts, definitely, because I have a problem with Instagram doom scrolling and sending reels to Toastmaster Tanishq and Toastmaster Tisha. I stopped going to Instagram for a while, but the moment I'll go, I'll definitely like all the posts because they're worthwhile, they're very insightful. So if you think it is amazing and if this suits you well, we can actually have a session, weekly session or bi-weekly session by different Toastmasters. So you can just ping me or Toastmaster Rizal for this, and we can actually go about it. Now, today is a speechathon. Nothing better than a speechathon with amazing speakers. And today I can also see few guests here. So could you come and just introduce yourself, where you are from and how you came to know about Toastmasters?
Hi everyone, I'm Subodh Hotel and I'm working with a media company Hindustan Times, and I'm in the finance department. So I just joined Toastmaster because of I have hesitated to speak in public speaking and show the presentation to my established colleagues, and that's why I joined.
For a treat.
Okay.
You are in for a treat today. We have 6 speakers.
We are husband and wife.
Yes.
I am Pooja Sharma. I joined FedEx in 2011. I'm also very hesitant to speak in public.
I think so. We were all hesitant speaker once, but today, if you see, it won't be at all. And we also have. Oh yeah, you are a Toastmaster. So we have. First meeting as a Toastmaster.
Hello everyone, my name is Aliyoshi and today is my third day here. So I still remember my first day. I was downstairs and I heard claps. Okay. Few people were gathered in a certain room and I could clearly hear the clap sound. And I entered this door with bit hesitatingly. I opened this door actually, but as soon as I entered here, I could feel some energy here. I was very hesitant when it comes to speaking from here in front of the world. The words just go out from my head. But the first day I came here, I think it was my first time when I actually looked into the eyes of audience. It's very hard. My legs were shaking. My heart was actually thumping. I could literally hear my uh, heartbeat. It's a good experience and trying to improve myself daily. Thank you.
Now let's cheer for Toastmaster Manali because we want to hear her first icebreaker ASAP. And we also have a guest speaker, Toastmaster Nitin. Could you just introduce yourself, from which club you belong, and just a few more introductory lines?
Yes, yes. Am I visible and audible? Hello,
If you're speaking, you're inaudible.
Yes, you are.
Can you hear?
Us online members can hear him.
I
Yep.
think so. We are unable to hear anybody.
Yep.
hello? Now?
Anyone speak?
Yes, you are
Am I
audible.
audible?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you. Yes. Hello everyone. I'm Toastmaster Nitin from Kai Toastmaster. It's a district 126. We are from Andhra Pradesh, Telangana, South India. So yes, I'm currently pursuing my final year in computer science engineering. I'm super excited to join this meeting. Yeah, looking forward. Thank you. Over to you.
Yes. Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin. And now, without waiting further, let's call our host of the meeting today, our own Sa, and Toastmaster. Let's call Toastmaster Shreet.
Hello, once again. Hello, online friends. So, courage and curiosity brings here, like our guest. Yes, right? Courage and curiosity brings you here. And audacity brings to the stage. And few words are enough to break the ice. So I am very happy to be here as a host to celebrate this meeting. This is a speechathon, means a celebration of courage, inspiration, consistency, and growth. Am I right? So we have 6 wonderful prepared speech speakers bringing knowledge, learning, and curiosity and entertainment. And we have 6 insightful evaluators and 1 very observant and guiding general evaluator with his team. Now, before we start our meeting, I would like to say that our speechathon will flow in 2 parts. One is prepared speeches and second is evaluation. But before I start, I would like to ask a question. Have you ever felt stuck even after trying very hard? If yes, raise your hand. Yes, because sometimes problem is not effort. Sometimes it is the environment. And for this, a beautiful English proverb: a man is known by the company he keeps. And I share you a small story. When once a plain cloth placed in a room full of fragrance, the plain cloth absorbed the fragrance, slowly absorbed the fragrance. And when the same plain cloth placed in a room full of smoke, that plain cloth absorbed the smoke instead. And just like that, we become what we are surrounded by. So I asked we have wonderful general evaluator today. I asked him that what is your opinion about this program? But before that, I want to tell you something else. Here in Toastmaster, when we learn and speak here, there is growth is not forced. Growth is absorbed. And to absorb and to grow, we have to I asked our general evaluator that what is your opinion about this proverb, English proverb? He said, if we hang out with the billionaires, we might become one too. But now, if we our growth is guided and nurtured, we have our general evaluator. He tells about this proverb that yes, I love this proverb. I believe in this proverb. That is why I joined this wonderful club. This is the Toastmaster Club because here the growth is not forced. This is absorbed here. So he is from engineering to law to Toastmaster. He is definitely choosing his company very wisely. And he tells that in his free time, he enjoys watching action movies and hitting the gym. So everyone here and there present asking you, Mr. General Evaluator, which is your favorite action movie? So please welcome our General Evaluator, Toastmaster Kishan.
Hi, Professor.
The stage is yours.
First, I have to answer the question, which movie I like. Okay, the way Toastmaster Shireen portrayed me, I feel like I have done something, achieved something in my life. Taking on the role of general evaluator was quite audacious task for me. I must accept this. I was nervous, but then I came across one proverb which says, "The art of being afraid, not prepared, and doing it anyways will take you far, will take you further." So let's break the ice. Good morning, everyone. I am Kishan and I am playing the role of general evaluator today. As a general evaluator, I will be evaluating each and everything which happens today at macro or as well as at micro level. I will be evaluating each participant who come on the stage on the basis of their preparation, delivery, and performance. And for that, I have a tag team with me. When I say this, I have a tag team. I feel like I am Captain America, and I have team of Avengers. And before that, I would like to ask one question to all. Among the Avengers, whom do you think will aptly perform the role of timer? Among the Avengers, you as our club member, like among the Avengers, Flash. And what about Keeper of Time Stone, Doctor Strange? So let's welcome our own Doctor Strange, Toastmaster Yuvraj, on the stage, who is performing the role of timer today.
So, good morning, everyone. I'm playing the role of a timer. My role is to time prepared speeches, evaluation, and table topics. As today is speech marathon, so there will be no table topics. So I will time prepared speeches and evaluations. For prepared speeches, I will show this green card at 5 minutes. For it and 6, I will show the yellow card at 6 minutes and red card at 7 minutes. And there will be the grace period of 30 seconds. Now it's time for the evaluation. The duration is 2 to 3 minutes. I will show this green card at 2 minutes. Yellow card at 2 minutes 30 seconds. And red card at 3 minutes. But there is one speech whose duration is 12 to 15 minutes. So I will show this green card at 12 minutes, yellow card at 14 minutes, and red card at 15 minutes. And as I already mentioned, there will be the grace period at the end for 30 seconds. Now I will come up with my pragmatic report at the end, and I have the audacity to present the report in the front of the audience. Now I would like to hand over the stage to Toastmaster Kishan.
Thank you, Mr. Yuvraj, for ending my quick. Now we have another member from our Avenger team who is ready to smash and stop every filler word which may come during effective communication. Let's welcome Toastmaster Bhavani on the stage. Toastmaster.
Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I know you all are audacious speakers, and at times when we are giving our speeches, we forget what we are saying next. And we tend to use those filler words, but. So be conscious when you're giving your speeches and make sure you use pauses instead of these filler words. That's the explanation of my rule. And over to you, Tim will evaluate. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Bhavani, for explaining your role. Now, like Iron Man, our grammarian is quite focused, intelligent, and he focused on perfection on the language. So let's welcome Toastmaster Ritesh on the stage. Stage all yours.
Good morning, everyone. So, as a grammarian, my role is to help you with the correct usage of grammar. See, in general speaking, we don't bother if you're telling us, you are using the incorrect use of grammar or something. But when you elevate, when you go up to the speech contest or some other contest, this will play a very important role. So my only suggestion is use the grammar in a correct way. Second is the word of the day. Thanks, Namra, for making my role easy and by circulating the word of the day. And the word of the day is audacious. Audacious is extremely bold, daring, and it's not very rude, right? So when you are bold, you are audacious. And idiom of the day is break the ice. So I would encourage everyone, online and offline members, to use this word and have a wonderful journey again. Thank you.
How to spell?
Yes. AUDACIOUS. I'll message you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh, for explaining your role. Now, finally, like vision, our listener is calm, composed, and will see beyond the obvious. Please welcome Toastmaster Trisha on the stage. Trisha?
Thank you, Toastmaster Kishan.
Trisha. Okay, sorry, Trisha. What's pronunciation of your name, please?
Sorry, I couldn't get
What's
it.
the pronunciation of your name? Is Tisha or Trisha?
It's Tisha.
Tisha. Okay. Tisha,
Yes.
stage is all yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kishan. Well, since we all come here for our own growth, personal growth, not only speaking helps us to grow, but also when we listen, it also are parts of our growth. Well, the communication is effective when you are listening, when there is 80% of listening and 20% of speaking. Yes, listening is very important. I will listen throughout the meeting, prepare some of the questions from the speeches or anyone who is coming on the stage and speaking something. I will be back when General Evaluator asks me to. Over to you, Toastmaster Kish.
Thank you, Toastmaster. So you see, I have a very strong team of Avengers to keep an eye on this meeting. With that, I would like to hand over stage to Toastmaster Sid. And I have to take a look at it.
His favorite movie is Avenger. So we can call him Captain America, our general evaluator, or Captain Toastmaster. So now, without any further delay, I would like to call our first speaker of the day. But before that, I would like to call her speech evaluator, Toastmaster Ritesh, because he will tell us about what is her pathways, objectives, labels, and speech title. So please welcome Toastmaster Ritesh as her speech evaluator.
So my target speaker is Toastmaster Bhavani. Her pathway is leadership development, level 2. and the speech title is One Informed Decision. I'm not revealing the objective of the speech because I want audience to get this unfold. So, Toastmaster Bhavani, all the best.
Mr. Nitesh, now it is time to welcome our first speaker. She born and brought up in the city that never sleeps. Life then took her across different states, from the peaceful villages of Kerala to Chennai and to finally to Delhi. Still on a journey to become a better version of herself. She often gets lost juggling work, family, and her desire to improve her public speaking skill. Please welcome Toastmaster Bhavani as our first speaker. Toastmaster Bhavani, one informed decision away. One informed decision away, Toastmaster Bhavani. And the stage is yours, all those.
Imagine this. You are at the airport. Your passport is stamped, and your adventure is about to begin. And then, suddenly, yes, you step aside. You look behind, no one else. Sir, you step behind. Your heart starts pounding. Your throat goes dry. You're looking all over. Everyone in the terminal is looking at you. You're thinking, still thinking, what may have gone wrong? You have no idea. It is often said, you need to walk a mile in the customer's shoes to understand what they go through. In American Citizen Services, we do exactly that. We handle cases from documenting a child as a US citizen to death of a citizen abroad, and anything that comes in between, whether it is someone going missing, someone becoming a victim of a crime, or they commit a murder. Today, I'm going to talk about a very interesting thing, that is arrest or detention. Now, you might be wondering, what do we do in arrest? So when US citizens come here, they get arrested for murder charges, or they cross the borders illegally, or for drug trafficking. These are some of the cases that we handle. But today, I'm going to talk about a small fragment of that word, and that is common people, general travelers who made one uninformed decision. They decided to travel without checking the laws of the country. After the 2008 Mumbai attacks, India tightened its telecom regulations. Now, as per the Telecommunication Act of 2023, carrying satellite device or GPS roaming device to India without permission can lead you behind bars. You may have to pay a hefty fine. Your device gets confiscated. We have handled several such cases, satellite cases, GPS cases, but one young man stood out. He was in his 20s. He was here to climb the Himalayas. Very excited for his trip. He thought he was perfectly prepared for it. But he had a Garmin GPS device in his backpack. When the police officials, the CISF usually hands these cases to the police official, and then we get a call from him. His voice was trembling. I didn't know the law. We get a call from his girlfriend. We get a call from his parents. But here's the hard fact. Embassy cannot get the person out. They can explain, they can give you a lawyer's list. They can provide you the laws of the countries. But it is your responsibility to check before you travel. Before you make those travel decisions, check the laws of the country that you're traveling to. Imagine, this is just a story to give you information what happens to traveler who come to India. The same applies when each one of you travel abroad. Something that is allowed in your country may not be allowed in the country you're traveling to. Now imagine, Yuvraj decides to get married in Thailand, destination wedding. And he decides to invite all his friends. Now Tanishq is thinking, who will book my ticket? Don't worry, Yuvraj will do it in his dreams. And Tanishq decides, oh, I need to carry a drone so that I can cover his wedding image. He's going to Thailand. Thailand doesn't allow drones. If you carry drones, you'll be caught at the airport. So it's very important to check the laws of the country. As Benjamin Franklin once said, an ounce of prevention is better than an ounce of cure. And in travel, that ounce of prevention is checking the laws of the country you're traveling to. It's very important so that you don't land yourself in trouble. And here's a small advice from me. You can do ChatGPT, you can do AI. There is a website called travel.state.gov. Go to this website, click on the international travel, and check the law of the country you're traveling to. Don't look at the visas because that is for US citizens, but you can definitely look at the laws and regulation of the country you are traveling so that you don't become target of these problems. Make informed decision because that is very important when you make your international travel. That's a small piece of advice from me to all of you here. Whenever you travel next, make sure you're enjoying your trip. Because this young man, he had to pay a fine. He decided not to go to the Himalayas. He booked his ticket back to his country. It is very important you make wise decisions before you travel. That's all from me.
Truly audacious. Truly audacious. Now, please open your guest room and show some love for this speech.
The time will be 1 minute for the feedback session, and I'm sure this red card once the 1 minute is over.
Thank you, Dan. Dr. Strange. No, you can open your guest room and write something about this speech. Now, it is time to welcome our next speaker. He is joining us online, but before that, I would like to call his speech evaluator. He is also joining us online, Toastmaster Tajinder. He will tell us about his pathways, objectives, level, and project. So please welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Tajinder. Toastmaster Rajendra, stage is
Yeah.
yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So my target speaker, Toastmaster Nitin, is going to break the ice today. He is in level 1, project 3, pathways presentation mastery. Speech title is Just Try. I will evaluate on confidence on stage as well as flow of his storytelling, overall impact on voice modulation, as well as body language. Timer, please note down his timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best, Toastmaster Nitin. I will come on stage whenever general evaluator call me for briefing his evaluation. Thank you and over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tejinder. Now it is time to welcome our second speaker of this speechathon, this celebration. His name is Toastmaster Nitin. He is joining us from Kite Toastmaster Club, District 126, a final year computer science engineering student. Toastmaster has helped him gain confidence and express himself freely. He enjoys playing cricket, basketball, and spending time with friends. So please welcome our next speaker, Toastmaster Nitin. Toastmaster Nitin, just try, Toastmaster Nitin. Toastmaster Nitin, the stage is yours. All the best.
Can I see
Toastmaster
a raise of
Nitin.
hands? How many of you are afraid of failing? Yes, we all afraid of failing. My entire childhood went feeling very underconfident. I still remember that moment in our school. Our mathematical teacher solving the problems on the board and suddenly stop and look at the class and call my name. Nitin, come to board and solve this problem. Then my heartbeat started beating faster than supercars. I slowly went and I sat and I stood there in the boat and I hold the chalk piece. Just thinking, what if I make a mistake? What if everyone will laugh? That inner my voice is running in my mind. My hands were shaking. That moment I went blank. I stood there in a silence, but not writing anything. After a few moments, the teacher called another student and asked him to solve the problem. And he solved it. The same answer he wrote, or the same answer I was thinking, and I already knew. But the problem is not in the ability. The problem is in the self-doubt, fear, and confidence. I lost the opportunity. Wasn't the only time. This is also continue through my journey in 12th grade as well, where my 12th friends are celebrating farewell celebrations and they were planning to have dance performance. One of them friend called me, Nitin, you should join in our dance performance. Me with a big smile said, me? No bro, I am too shy guy. I can't dance. But in deep down, I want to join them. I actually want to join them and to be participated. But in my inner voice, you want to join them. What if you forgot the steps in the middle? What if everyone laughs by seeing your dance? That inner voice was running. I finally consumed myself and decided, it is not to better dance, I think. So I went to farewell celebrations. I sat in the audience and I saw my friends' dance performance. They weren't perfect. They were forgot the steps. They were even missed the timing, but they were smiling. They were enjoying the moment. That moment was the regret of my thing there. So that should me and think me, oh, I should have been participated. Oh, I should have taken that opportunity. This is the inner voice was keeping in my mind from the long way. But finally, one moment changed something. In the second year of my BTech, one of my teacher called me for a presentation. In the same voice was running in my mind. I went to stage and thinking, oh, what if I forgot my script? Oh, what if everyone laugh? What if I make a mistake? But this time, I say yes to my challenges, yes to my self doubt. I say yes to my fear and underconfident. I spoke something. I finished something. I wasn't perfect. I wasn't confident enough, but I finished somehow. And I went to back to sit my bench. I was just thinking, oh, I did something. Even everyone wasn't laughing. Everyone didn't notice me that I'm not perfect enough. That moment, something changed something in my mind. I was afraid of taking failures. I was afraid of taking the steps that I fear a lot. The problem wasn't in my ability. The problem is in my self-doubt and confidence and fear. So, fellow Toastmaster and guests, whenever we are feeling underconfident, just that because not in our abilities. It's about our self-doubt and underconfident, being underconfident. So next time, whenever you are feeling self-doubt and underconfidence, pause your, pause and ask question to yourself: am I afraid of failing, or am I afraid of taking just trying? So whenever we feel that way, we lose an opportunity. We lose an opportunity to grow, to learn, to experience life, because that that regret of mistake, doing mistake was bigger than the regret of the chances that never took. So whenever you feel underconfident or self-doubt, just try. Will you try? Over to you.
Master Sangeeta, can you hear us?
We can hear you.
Yes. We can't hear you now. You're on mute.
Okay. I just want to know what happened.
No, the
Was it-
speech ended. Yes, the speech ended.
Thank you, Toastmaster Nitin, for the lovely speech. Please open your guest group and write something about this speech. Timer, please allow us for 40 seconds. 40 seconds. Yes. So before moving to our next speaker, I would like to call his speech evaluator. She will tell us about his pathways, his objective, level, and project. Please welcome Toastmaster Sangeeta as his speech evaluator.
How many of you have been very busy and have missed your priorities? For example, turning to your office instead of coming here. Wow, no one. This is exciting. Now let me try a different question. How many of you have gone apart from your family functions for some office work? Oh, wow. It's good for Toastmasters now. My target speaker would be giving a speech with a purpose that states the exact same thing. His pathway is dynamic leadership. The level is 1 and project is 2. The title for his speech is The Silent Cost of Staying Busy. And timer, please note, the timing for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes. And with that, I want to wish all the best to Toastmaster Paras. See, back to you, the host of please.
Thank you. Now, it is time to welcome our next speaker. Our next speaker, Toastmaster Paras, is someone who believes in giving his 100% to everything he does, whether it is work, learning, or personal growth. With a strong professional background in supply chain, he also brings a thoughtful perspective on life beyond work. Today, he speaks about something we all experience but rarely questions. Please welcome Toastmaster Paras. Toastmaster Paras, the silent cost of staying busy. The silent cost of staying busy, Toastmaster Paras. The stage is yours, always.
I will call you this weekend. Let's plan to catch up soon. I'm very busy. Most of us have used these words without actually meaning them. Let me ask a question. When was it last when you actually called up a friend without an agenda just to say hi? When was it last when you actually spent time with your family without using your phone? And when was it last when you actually spent time with yourself? Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests present over here and online. Being busy is a badge of honor that we wear, without realizing that it takes a lot from us. It takes the time that we could have invested in our health, in our relationship, and most importantly, in our friendships. There was a study of behavioral research wherein a group of people were gathered. They were asked two simple questions. The first, what would you regret? Whether not working hard, or would you regret not investing time in your memories? The results were astonishing. 97% of folks actually voted in the favor that they would regret not investing time in their memories. And this is what all we do. We believe that all we need to do is basically get some more time, but exactly it's not like that. It's most importantly to set boundaries to your time. Now the next question is, why do we become so busy? And this has been very beautifully explained by a law. I'm sure most of you would be aware about it. That's called Parkinson's law. The law states that the work will expand in the time that you provide. For instance, if you have 10 hours to complete a work and you give it 10 hours, it will get completed in 10 hours. But if you manage to give it only 2 hours, somehow it gets completed in 2 hours. Now this hit me personally. I realized that over my past days, what I am doing with my life. I wanted to grow professionally. I was investing a lot in my career, my time, my pain, and all my investments was going into my professional skills. to develop that. But one thing that I was losing out. Slowly and steadily, I was losing out on my friendships. I was losing out on my people with whom I actually connected with in my earlier days. The phone went unanswered. The messages went not replied. And the result, the friendship got lost. But now I have got that realization, and slowly and steadily I'm trying to rekindle those relationships with my friends. Because being successful without having people around you does not make sense. Does not make sense to me, because I believe that success is something that should be cherished and celebrated. Celebrated with your friends and your close ones. Now, I would say that you all must be thinking, what is the strategy that I used to get this or rekindle my relationship? Let me share those two main strategies with you. The first strategy is giving 30 minutes of your time to yourself. In that time, no matter what, there should be no distractions, no phones, nothing. Only you need to sit and just ask those two questions. The first question needs to be, what mattered the most in the day? And the second question needs to be, what are those people with whom I connect? Now, because these two things would actually help you to think, to pause. And because once you pause, you try to self-improve. You try to introspect that what are those areas where could have done even better. The second strategy that I would like to share is basically stop postponing people. We postpone meetings. We postpone tasks. We postpone even relationships. But we should stop postponing people. There is a cost that comes along with that. You can postpone a people once, you can postpone a people twice, thrice. But a point would come when they would stop asking. And that is the cost that you are going to pay, that over a period of time, all that bond and relationship that you have developed with those group of people, at one point of time, there would be no one. So that is something that we should actually develop in our own life. That we should stop postponing people. So, if I go back to the beginning of my speech, 3 questions. When can we plan a meetup? Should be replaced by, we can plan a meetup tomorrow. I should call you next week. Should be modified as I would call you tomorrow. And most importantly, I am busy should be replaced by I choose what matters. Because if we allow our work to expand in our time, we will have to live the life in the remaining time that is. Whenever you are busy, just ask a simple question to yourself. Am I building a life, or am I just managing the schedule? Over to you, Mr. Tosin.
What a wonderful speech. Please give him a huge round of applause. Warm and audacious. And please open your guest group and show some love and affection for this speech, because we must spend our time to create memories. Right, Toastmaster Paris? Timer, please allow us for 40 seconds. Now, our next speaker is Toastmaster Rizal. But before I invite her, I would like to invite her speech evaluator is Toastmaster Aman. He will tell us about her pathways, her project level, and what is the what is the title of her speech. So please welcome our next evaluator, Toastmaster Aman. Toastmaster Aman, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen. Am I audible and visible? I would like to confirm.
Yes. Yes, you are audible.
Perfect. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So our next target speaker is none other than Toastmaster Rizal, and she is a fabulous speaker. She is also the runner-up for our international speech contest at the club level. The level of her speech is 3, and the project is 1. The pathway is presentation mastery. And the time limit is 5 to 7 minutes. Timer, please note that. The title is Let Them, and I will read out the speech objective. The purpose of this project is for the member to understand types of persuasive speeches and deliver a persuasive speech at a club meeting. I'll come back with my report of the evaluation when called upon by the general evaluator. I wish the target speaker all the very best. Over to the TMOD. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aman. Please give him a huge round of applause.
For sure. Research speech under 5 to 7 minutes.
Yes. And now it is time to welcome our VP Education, Toastmaster Rizal, as a next speaker. She reflects true audacity, the courage to express with clarity and confidence. Her command over English and her graceful speaking style inspires all of us. Am I right? Am I right? Her hobbies are hiking, visiting museum, reading, and dancing. So please give her a huge round of applause. Our VP Education, Toastmaster Rizal. Toastmaster Rizal. Toastmaster Rizal, let them, Toastmaster Rizal. The stage is yours. All the best.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Shireen. I had messaged this person 2 days ago and they still haven't replied. This was something important. How disrespectful. How could they just ignore me like this? Did I do something wrong? Maybe they didn't like the joke I made during lunch break on 5th March. What if they secretly hate me? That was my usual train of thought, catastrophizing every tiny action of others. For me, these moments just didn't pass, they stayed. I would worry excessively, ruminating, spiraling, overanalyzing, and blaming myself. And I'm sure many of us have fallen prey to these monstrous thoughts that slowly consume us. You must have heard this renowned Stoic philosopher Seneca's quote, "We suffer in imagination more than in reality." But hang on, why do we really, do we really deserve to put ourselves through this? Especially when things are often out of our control. What others say, what others think, or what others do. And yet we hand this remote control of our peace to them. For the longest time, I approached life this way. Until one day I stumbled upon this book by Mel Robbins, where she talks about a theory called the let them theory. Some of you may have come across it. Now, unlike the theory of relativity or the Big Bang theory, this is fairly simple yet powerful. Now, let me give you a demo. If someone judges you, you need to tell yourself, let them. If someone misunderstands you, let them. Because you don't need to over explain. If someone wants to leave you, open the door wide open and tell them, let them. If someone did not invite you, it is okay, let them. And if someone wants to help you or be kind to you, also let them. No, don't get me wrong. I am not telling you to give up or end up being a doormat and allow others to run all over you. It is about taking the power away from them and giving it back to yourself. It is about letting people be exactly who they are instead of trying to control and decode every action. The only person you can and should control is you, because this exercise is supremely liberating. It frees us from stress and allows us to focus inward. And let me tell you that letting others and letting people show who they truly are is the best thing that you can do for yourself, because you're simply saving yourself time and energy and making room for better things. So I urge you to try this activity and in the subsequent weeks, and let me know if it works for you. Next time someone or something that is not in your control disappoints you, and just take a pause instead of spiraling and asking, what did I do wrong? And just ask yourself, why am I giving the remote control of my peace to them? Take it and give it to yourself and just let them be. Thank you. Back to you, Toastmaster Shirin.
Thank you, Toastmaster Visal. Please open your guest room and show some affection for this speech. Timer, please allow us for 40 seconds. Now, our next speaker is Toastmaster Tanish. But before I call him, I would like to call his speech evaluator, Toastmaster Laksh. He will tell us about his pathway, his level, his objective, and his project. So please welcome Toastmaster Laksh. He is joining us online. Toastmaster Laksh, stage is yours.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Lakshkidra, and today my target speaker is someone who has given great presentations on cybersecurity. And I think by figuring out from his speech title that today his speech will also be circulating about that specific topic itself. His speech title is A Digital Battlefield. His pathways dynamic leadership, level 4, project 1. The purpose of speech is to practice the skills needed to address challenging audiences when you present outside of your Toastmasters audience. Timer, please note down his speech duration is 12 to 15 minutes. My target speaker's name is Toastmaster Tanish, and all the best to him.
Thank you, Toastmaster Laksh. So time will be 12 to 15 minutes. Am I right? So please welcome our next speaker, a wonderful Toastmaster, known for his calm and composed presence on the stage. His recent cybersecurity presentations were truly informative and impactful. Am I right? Yes. He helping all of us learn how to protect our digital world. With his confidence and touch of audacity, he makes every talk engaging. TM Tanish, a passionate learner, wants to learn everything and believes that knowledge has no boundaries. And he enjoys combining creativity with leadership. So please welcome Toastmaster Tanish. Toastmaster Tanish, the digital battlefield Toastmaster Tanish. The stage is yours, all.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Toastmaster Tanish.
I'm pursuing my master's in computer applications, and side by side, I'm learning all about cybersecurity. Back when I was passing my 12th grade in school, I was confused. What should I do? Should I pursue BBA? Should I pursue BCom? Should I pursue psychology? But one of my father and my uncle asked me to pursue computer applications. Because why not? Computers are the future of this world. And I was not ready for it. But although, surprisingly, my bachelor's was very fantastic because of my environment. After completing my bachelor's, still confused. What should I pursue? Should I go for a job? Should I go for an internship? And then I was suffering from some medical illness and and I have to undergo with some medical treatments. And because of all that, I started pursuing my master's. I loved. Do I loved it? Do I enjoy learning about my master's in computer applications? Maybe not. Am I forced to pursue my master's? Say me, please. In my bachelor's, one reel popped up in my on my Instagram when I was doom scrolling, and it was about one person is interviewing a candidate. He was a cybersecurity professional, and he just told about cybersecurity. It's a very interesting field, and it requires very less amount of programming. Less amount of programming. Okay, that's interesting. Then I started researching about cybersecurity. Read many blogs and many contents, research papers on cybersecurity, and was finding some certifications for cybersecurity. And to be very honest, about the technology and certifications are very costly. So I just don't want to force my parents to invest on such certificates on me, and I just want to learn from the online and the free resources that I have. And from last two
Tanishq, which is one of the free resources you would recommend?
There are many free resources such as the Google Scholars, the IEEEs, where the research papers are being published about every field. And the second is the AI, ChatGPT, Gemini, Claude, anything. And why not Google also?
I just want to ask whether ChatGPT is reliable for free sources.
Yeah, it just shared. It also shared. Not also ChatGPT. There are many AI platforms that actually helps you to building a foundation in some fields. And ChatGPT tells you only the foundation and the fundamentals of such fields. If I have to research about any field, I'll just go to perplexity. Am I right, Toastmaster man? And for my speech, I have prepared some of the slides. Wait 1 second. Toastmaster Deepak, can you allow me to share my screen?
Just give me a moment.
So from last two demos, what have you learned about cybersecurity? Confidentiality, integrity, availability, the multi-factor authentications, how people are suffering from this cyber illness. And I'll just share some slides where there are more about cybersecurity you're going to learn. So,
Yeah, you should be able to share now, Tanishq.
thank you so much, Deepak. Coming to the one policy that cybersecurity always have is the zero trust policy. We have to first verify every application we have to use. For example, from last two meetings, I've been telling about every application we should have in our phones. And while checking every application, we should see the description of such applications. And at least we should use the was there any? Yeah. Any questions? There are none. Okay.
Yeah, I'll just ask a question. Are there any applications that does not cover this competition? As much I have seen, everyone is different.
See, there are applications that we don't users are personal information. Last time I've told you about the WDMP, and the another application is being shown after that. And after the zero trust policy, the one of the most big move and biggest threat to the cybersecurity is the quantum computing. In simple words, what is quantum computing? It is not the hundred, it is not the thousand. It is it is most accurate, most speed, that is trillions of times of accuracy and speed of the comparing to the normal computer. In the computing, this is a study of quantum computing comes with an RSA framework. RSA 2048 framework is the backbone of the financial field, where every person in this whole world, there are some data being stored in every bank accounts. And coming to the normal computers, how many of you have been using applications of the banks? For example, HDFC, ICIC, Canada, yeah. And compared to the quantum computing, will it be? It is being surveilled to whole computers of this world. And comparing to the countries, China is one of the most active participant to the quantum computing. And coming to the quantum computing, the our normal computers are being measured into bits, and the quantum computing is measured in qubits. Recently, China has published a news that they have cracked 400 qubits of quantum computing storage. And to be very honest, it's a lot because in India, after we got the publishing of in China that they have achieved this kind of data, we have invested only $1 billion of money into the quantum computing. And coming to China, they have invested among 400 to 500 billions of dollars
Anish,
into quantum computing. Yeah.
I have a question. So, how will quantum computing help with cybersecurity? Is there any correlation you can explain?
See, quantum computing is an arriving technology. So we can't say that a quantum computing is a boon, is a pro or a con to the cybersecurity. It is both, to be very honest. And coming to the quantum qubits, it is the sorry. Is there any disturbance? After the world got the guidelines of China, USA have published a guideline against China that every company, every application should be quantum safe. because when China published this news, the whole world started shifting to quantum computing and focusing on that particular field.
What about the big conglomerates like Meta and
See, there is one concept. What is government and what are private companies? I'll give you an example. If Toastmaster Yuvraj wants to make a political party, he must be needing some big amount of money and a political ticket. And if Toastmaster Ritesh is a big businessman, he's going to and he's having a very good relation with Toastmaster Ritesh, and he just and he's having a such good influence. He'll go when he'll go to the Toastmaster Ritesh that I'm having a good influence, and if you're gonna invest in my political party, we're going to share our profits and corrupted money with each other. So the government or the corporate, the big companies are stronger. Obviously, the big companies. And coming to the companies, if they went to the if see first of all the companies are surveillancing the whole world to be very honest. Google, Facebook, Meta, Instagram, WhatsApp are hunted are 24/7 surveillancing every other device. For example, I'm searching about any field. For example, I just want some boots and all to just shop and all that. I'm not ready to buy them, but I'm just looking on my phone. And what is happening? I don't like it. And yeah, and this type of shoe I like the most. And the
Toastmaster Tanishq, does I have a question for you.
yeah.
Does India has its own capability as far as the computing is concerned, quantum computing? Do we
Coming to
have
the
it?
capabilities, coming to the
Yep.
capabilities, India have a lot. We have around 1.7. Am I right? Those are there 100 crores of population, 120 crores of population. Are we having less amount of capabilities? No. Comparing to the population of Singapore, we are making engineers in a year of people in comparing to the Singapore population. And yes, and I just want to note and one of the main thing about cyber security is every other single person's data cost in crores. Why do Elon Musk purchase Twitter? Any opinion on that? Okay. Any other? So, how many people are there on Twitter? There are around in India. There are a very less count of people that are active on X. That was previously true. So, what are X meant for? For political ideas. So, if the person like Elon Musk having a good relation with Trump, and Trump wants to manipulate Indian audience, how they should uh, dis- how they should disrespect the current or the other governments, he will manipulate the people by social engineering. Social engineering is one of the main concepts of cybersecurity. I'll come to that further. And yes, one of the most other scam in cybersecurity is Aadhaar card scam. How many of you have linked Aadhaar card to every other verification? For example, election ID, PAN cards, and all. KYC is needed. Yeah, obviously. And coming to the Aadhaar cards, how many of you have watched movie Chhawa? Like there was a poet there. कभी तुम मेरे सर का चंदन हो कभी. His name was Vinit Kumar Singh. The first picture you can see here. Vinit Kumar Singh, Akshay Kumar, Farah Khan, Sunny Leone. These four people were gone through the Aadhaar card scan. Coming to this scan, the PAN card is linked to your Aadhaar. And the PAN card is linked to your financial information. And hence, the scanner can get all the data that are financial and yeah, and then even get a credit card through your name also. And at last, I would like to say that, and yes, one of the last application I just want to tell about the Mobian, and it just takes your personal information, that is the email address. No other encryption is needed. And wait, there's a country named Laos that are between the Vietnam and Thailand. There were around 150 people who are kidnapped in Thailand just due to cyber attacks to the systems. And the data says that there are 20 to 25 people who were there and kept in inhuman behavior, and they were tortured. They were stayed in starvation just to attack people. Thank you so much, everyone.
Tanishk, I have a question. Can I ask? Hello, Tanishk. Am I audible? Hello.
Yes, Deepak, you're audible.
Yeah. So you mentioned about Aadhaar card and scam, and what can we do to avoid? Like, how can we all learn and not fall to that trap? Have you researched on that?
The time is over, Toastmaster Deepak. I'll just come to you after that.
Okay, cool. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
No problem.
Thank you.
Wow. What a wonderful speech. Truly audacious, confident, and inspiring. Thank you, Toastmaster Tanvi. Please open your guest book and write some words about this speech. Can you please allow us the 40 seconds?
I want to ask something. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
Was it just me or no online member could see the presentation, the screen that was shared? I couldn't see that.
Yeah,
Was it?
it was not visible. Yeah. True.
Yeah.
For me also, it was not visible.
Yes. Now, our next speaker is seasoned Toastmaster. But before that, I invite him. Before that, I would like to invite his speech evaluator, which is our former president, Toastmaster Shabda. She will tell us about his speech pathways, level, project, and objectives. Toastmaster Shabda, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shireen. Shout out if you know the fastest land animal on earth. Land animal on earth. Fastest land animal.
Cheetah,
Yes. So my target speaker will be speaking something about cheetah. His pathway is engaging humor, level 1, project 4. Timer, please note the timing of the speech is 5 to 7 minutes, and the speech objective is to get back feedback from the speech and improve in the next speech. I wish you all the best, and I hope you break the ice and reveal what the cheetah will do in your speech. Back to you, Toastmaster Shireen.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shraddha. Such a wonderful explanation of his speech and everything. So our next speaker is here in Toastmaster 8 years old. Very senior Toastmaster, Toastmaster Deepak. He is joining us online and he works as a decisioning scientist using data and AI to help make smarter decisions. With 15 plus years of experience and masters in artificial intelligence, he has helped over 500 people build AI skills and believes that communication is the real force multiplier, and that is why currently he is pursuing her third triple crown and third pathway in Toastmaster. Big round of applause for a book lover and an early riser, and also the VPPR in the of our Industries Toastmasters Club. So please welcome Toastmaster Deepak. Toastmaster Deepak, unlock the cheetah within. Unlock the cheetah within. Toastmaster Deepak. The stage is yours. All the best.
Let me ask you all something to break the ice. How many of you have ever looked back at past month and thought, I really wish I had done things differently? Raise your hands. Okay. All right. I see a lot of hands going up. And let's be honest, for some of us, making the audacious move of raising the hand is the most exercise we have gotten all month. For rest of us, the regret of past actions is heavy. As Maya Angelou wisely said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. We must choose to live in the present because the future only gets better when we decide to move forward one step at a time and unlock the cheetah in us. Now, as a decisioning scientist, my job is to help my business grow, keep things simple, and manage outcomes so my team can be the absolute number one data consultancy. I analyze facts and solve complex problems for a living. Yet, recently, I completely failed to manage the most basic data gathering tool in my own home. It was an early morning. I was expecting a surprise after a month of silently wanting to be healthier. I confidently chose to take one step in onto the weighing scale, just 1 foot. 1 foot. I looked down, expecting magic. Maybe the scale would extrapolate the rest. Then my mom walked by and didn't even break her stride and casually remarked, Deepak, son, you must keep both your steps on the weighing scale. It's a scale, not a skateboard. My smile, which was like uh, a crescent upwards, instantly flipped downwards. Reluctantly, I took that second step. Ta-da! Surprise! My weight had actually increased by few kilos. I immediately took both steps back of the machine. I looked at my past months to see what had gone wrong. The truth, I had not exercised. I was a textbook victim of Newton's first law of motion, the law of inertia. A body at rest will stay on the couch unless acted upon by a massive outside force. I realized I was like a cheetah in a cage, capable of running the fastest in the world, but choosing to just sit there. I had to unlock the cage of my laziness. It was time to break the ice on a new routine. You see, a cheetah is a day hunter. It locks onto its goal in the broad daylight and sprints with a hunger so fierce no one can beat it. But a cheetah doesn't magically fly, it has to take steps. There's a famous Harvard Business School study called the progress principle. It proves that the number one driver of human motivation isn't a massive overnight success. It simply is making small, visible progress every single day. That was my pivot point. To unlock my inner cheetah, I applied that principle along with my workplace strategy of keeping it simple to my personal life. I started focusing intensely on my audacious purpose of weight reduction. I measured my weight every day with both feet, not one feet, one day at a time. My hunger to achieve my goal turned into a disciplined obsession. I exercised every day, avoided junk food sometimes, and walked every single hour, mostly. I transformed into a cheetah running its fastest. A month later, ta-da! A real surprise! I lost 4 kilograms with both my legs on the weighing scale. There is an old African saying, every morning a deer wakes up knowing it must outrun the fastest cheetah or it will be killed. Every morning a cheetah wakes up knowing it must outrun the slowest deer or it will starve. It doesn't matter if you have mindset of a deer trying to survive or a cheetah hungering to win. When the sun comes up, you would better be running. What audacious steps are you going to take to unlock the cheetah within you? When the sun comes up tomorrow, take the first step. Keep running. Back to you, Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Such a wonderful speech. Am I right? Then give a huge round of applause to him. Now, pick up in your guest book and write something about this speech.
After the speech, the polls for the best prepared speaker was posted in the group. Then they will vote it, and after that, we will general.
Yes. So if this celebration of a speechathon continues for more eight more speakers, I guess we all become great speakers. Now, so now it is time to vote for the best speaker. So this is very difficult, but we have to. Suppose I am on the guest group. Please vote for the best speaker. Vote on the guest. Please allow for 1 minute. Now it is time for a very most important thing. What is that? Evaluation. So I would like to call our very observant and guiding general evaluator, Toastmaster Tishan, Captain America.
From next time, I should take a shield with me to look like Captain America. Okay, good afternoon, everyone. Before I call upon my team of manager, I have the evaluators for the prepared speeches from high tables. So I would like to call first evaluator, that is Toastmaster Ritesh. Toastmaster is yours.
How many of you well versed with the do and don'ts at the airport? What a perfect way of storytelling to share the information to Master Bhavani. I really like, first of all, I really like the way you presented the story. That's a very difficult part, but you share the information. First thing is, I really like the entry. Suppose you're starting a speech and you're using a prop, and you were actually feeling like you are at the airport. So that really hooked us. Second thing is body language and body movement. So in many of the speeches, you must have seen me like when she was presenting, okay, you stay away, then she become customer officer. You say no. Then it plays you actually engage the audience that time. So we should all do that. That is also commendable. Use of the body language. Another important factor is engaging the Toastmasters. They feel valued. They feel respect. So I saw many of the people like Paras and PM Bhavani, they engage the audience in that. So that is also a very good move. Hand movement was perfect. Flow was perfect and the content was really good. Some of the recommendation from my side. So when we flow with the speech, we sometimes, we forget the online audiences. They are equally important. So it is my, one of the suggestion for all the speakers is that give equal, value to the online participants. That is one. Second is the voice modulation. So voice modulation you can do sometimes low, high. Sometimes you can scream. Sometimes you can very soft voice, something like that. So voice modulation is one of my recommendation. But at last, your speech was well informative, well presented, and we will remember it whenever we go to the airport. Thank you.
What a lovely evaluation. Now,
we are moving towards our second evaluator, and that is Toastmaster Tajendra. Toastmaster Tajendra, stage is yours.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you very much. First of all, what a audacious speech. I would like to congratulate Toastmaster Nitin for wonderful, wonderful speech. When anyone start with question, that also very valid question. It belongs to everyone. How many afraid of failing? I must tell you that everyone afraid of failing. But you, with this question, you attend the audience. Kudos to you, Toastmaster Nitin. You have given the three example, which was very valid. First was come on board. Second was dance. Third was presentation. Everyone, you have two options. Either you can try or you can cry. When you try, you get confidence every time. Every time when you try, you will be learning. Every time when you try, your confidence level increase. That shows that you have not given up. You learn more and more. So wonderful, wonderful speech. Some recommendation from my side. Please use stage as much as you can. Second, you folded your hand sometimes. Please avoid in next next speech. Third is please give pause in 2 to 5 minutes, 5 seconds in whenever you like you said when somebody told you about dance when you said me then please give some pause so within fraction of 2 to 5 seconds that will be really very nice otherwise your speech was very good. I'm sure after your last thing that presentation you are much more than confidence. Your body language was super. Your spoken language was very simple and very easy to understand. Please do come with more and more speeches for more improvement. Sometimes you win, but every time you learn. Thank you, and back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tajendra. Now let's call on the stage our president, who is acting as a third evaluator, Toastmaster Sunny.
How many of you feel my target speaker, Toastmaster Paras, was not giving a level 1 speech? Are you sure it's a level 1? Because it didn't feel at all. Nothing is better for an evaluator when their target speaker is just like the perfect Roman, the best Roman orator, Marcus Cicero. And I felt it that. I think so you all must. It was a well articulated speech with a flow that I have never seen. And kudos to you. He started with a relatable example and asked 3 questions. And if you do not have friends, you do have your parents. And if you do not have parents, you have yourself. So the 3 questions were structured in a
Not able to hear you.
We lost your audio. Some glitch maybe.
We cannot hear you.
Tech Masters, please have a look.
How do I? Let me ping on member. I pinged.
Vishal, can you hear you? Can you hear?
Oh, I can't hear
No.
Sangeeta.
Yeah. Yeah. Same here.
What we asked and what are the modifications? Nothing much but 3 bullets that could be more easy for us to relate. Overall, I was stunned, I was awed, and I need to hear more speeches from my target speaker. And if anyone wants to hear more, then please raise your hand. Thank you. All the best for your speeches. Over to you, Mr. Jessica.
Now it's time for fourth speech. So I would like to invite our fourth speech evaluator, Toastmaster Aman. Toastmaster Aman, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster. My target speaker gave a fabulous speech, and she started with a story of how we have texted someone and that person has not responded, and then we keep on overthinking, overanalyzing, and I bet all of us have been in something of the similar situation. It was very relatable. So there are a couple of things that I really loved about her speech. First thing first, her facial expression, her body language, eye movement. And in the starting, I could almost feel that yes, she is narrating her story through the body language. So that was a job very well done. Second, I would say was that quote from Seneca and also the Mel Robbins theory. So when every time we are quoting someone or backing our speech with certain popular personalities of that particular domain, it adds more weightage. And thirdly, I would like to comment on her choice of words, her rich vocabulary. We all know what a fabulous speaker she is. However, there are a few recommendations from my side that I would like to give her. One would be little pause in her speech at critical points. For instance, at one place she was speaking and she used the word hang on, but contradictory and ironically, she did not hang on. Maybe she could have paused a little. And second would be an adding a pinch of humor in her speech would have made it much more engaging. For example, when she was mentioning about the theory, she said it is not as complicated as the theory of relativity. I could I saw that as a potential punchline which could have been delivered in a much more humorous manner. Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. And coming to the last recommendation, or it's more of a challenge that I feel I would like to propose to the target speaker is next time when she is giving a speech online, maybe she can stand up and stay a little far from the um, camera so that we can get to see more of the body language. So this is one challenge from my side that I would like to give to the target speaker. Over and all, it was a great speech, and I would say the speaker has persuaded me in not persuading things, people, opportunities that are beyond my control by letting them be themselves. And I just want to conclude by saying we are 10% what happens to us and 90% how we respond to it. Over to the general evaluator. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Aman. We need to this way.
Whenever there is an online speaker, we can just turn the laptop or else we can open it.
Online. So we have online evaluator, right? Arun?
Yeah, You can just turn it.
It okay? That is great. Is it okay?
Are we audible?
Are we
Yes,
audible?
yes, yes, yes.
Yes, Yuvraj, we can see you.
So please welcome our fifth speech evaluator, Toastmaster Laksh. Toastmaster Laksh.
Am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
Good afternoon, everyone. I think my target speaker, Toastmaster Tanishq, is on a mission to safeguard all of us from digital scams. I think his speech was great, and what I really appreciated about his speech was the warm and the positive attitude that he had kept throughout, and he kept smiling the entire time, which radiated a positive energy. His voice was clear and crisp, which made his storytelling easy to follow, and his facial expressions were also very great throughout his speech, which helped in keeping the audience engaged, especially when he did something like programming. That's so interesting, something he did. And I also appreciated how he answered all the questions confidently without losing his flow. There were many questions asked during his speech, and he gave answer to each one of them very confidently. Speaking continuously for around 15 minutes on complex topics such as digital scams, Aadhaar card scams, quantum computing is not an easy task, but he handled it with very clarity and confidence. Another great aspect about his speech was audience engagement. He asked questions like who all use X, formerly Twitter, which made the session even interactive. I also liked how he included references from a movie called Chhawa, and he even used a dialogue from it about Chandan Tilak and something. So this added more content. He's more interesting. And to coming to a few recommendations, I noticed that online members were not able to view his presentation, which affected their overall experience. And while delivering his speech, his eye contact was more focused on physical audience rather than online audience as well, which would have been included more consciously. And his stage movements at times felt a little unstructured. If his movements were intentional, they could have added more impact to his delivery. And everything rest was fine. His overall speech was informative, engaging, and covered complex topics with confidence. And it was a well delivered speech, and his ability to hold audience attention for such a long period of time, like 15 minutes, is really commendable. And with little more focus on inclusivity for audience, for online audience and structured delivery, I think he can take his speech to a next level. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Laksh. Last but not the least, let's welcome Toastmaster Shraddha as evaluator number 6. Toastmaster Shraddha.
Thank you, General
Over to you.
Evaluator, Toastmaster Kishan. Good afternoon, everyone. Raise your hands if my audacious target speaker had unlocked the cheetah within you. Uh, our storyteller today stood up, and he ensured that his hand gestures were visible to the audience. He also ensured that he was sticking to his pathway, that is engaging humor. He included the usage of unexpected sentences. Few such examples were he when he was talking about weighing himself on the weighing scale and just putting one foot instead of both the foot, and his mom suggesting that it's a scale, not a skateboard. That was a point of humor. He also, when he was mentioning about his inactivity, he also mentioned that he used the example from Newton's first law of motion, and implemented that into his own story by saying a body on rest will stay on couch unless acted upon by a massive force outside. That was also quite unexpected and added humor to the story. And he also mentioned avoided avoided junk food sometimes. Taking that little pause in between and saying something unexpected is also a form of presenting humor. However, there are few recommendations for him. He did start by asking a question of how many of you thought I really wish I had done something different this week. He did mention, let me ask you a question before that. I felt that this sentence was not really necessary. Simply directly asking the question to the audience was good enough. Also, when he was talking about the skateboard example, the swaying scale and skateboard example, he portrayed two different characters while standing in one position. He could have made use of the stage and could have positioned himself in two different sides and changed his voice a little bit to showcase that he was talking about his mother and his conversation. He in his story throughout, he also mentioned backed his story with few studies, and one was from a study by Harvard. He explained that in voice modulation, he included vocal variety to that, but I would appreciate if that could have been in a monotone to separate it from the story. It could have made us hooked more onto it and realize that it's a fact that he's stating. And if I were to say that I really appreciate the fact that when he was talking about what he does, he had divided that into 3 points. Dividing up something into 3 points helps it more engaging and helps someone remember something even more. He had included a key takeaway also for the audience later in the speech. That is, what audacious step would you take to rise the cheetah within you? Uh, all in all, his speech was quite engaging, full of good content, story, and humor. And I wish you all the best for the upcoming speeches. Thank you. Back to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Karna, for this wonderful evaluation. Now we have all live on the guest group about guest evaluators. 30 seconds. Please cast your vote for best evaluator. Everyone, please.
First one, grammarian half-counted is the timer at the end. Yes, I was trying to grammarian half-counted is words.
First grammarian.
Grammarian half-counted. Timer at the end. So I can time all the three optional dates. Sponsor mission.
So time is up. Everyone casted their vote. So now moving towards my tag team report. I would first like to invite our listener for today's meeting, Toastmaster Tisha. Please, stage is yours.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kishan. Good afternoon, all. So I'm back with my report. First question is, what is the title of Toastmaster Bhavani's speech? Except the evaluator and obviously Toastmaster Bhavani can answer. Although everyone is excited. Anyone? Toastmaster Kishan, please help me, whoever it is answering from offline.
One is answering from offline as well.
Well, I can't hear them actually.
Am I audible? Hello?
You are audible, but I can't hear from the audience.
Informed decision? Toastmaster Paras is saying this. No? One informed decision? Away. One informed decision away.
Yeah, correct.
So Toastmaster Shreen said the right answer.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kishan. Next question. Which teacher called Toastmaster Nathan in class?
Maths teacher.
Yes. Well, now I want everyone not to use your phone or not to use any kinds of GPT or Gemini. Next question is, what is Parkinson's law?
That
But can I
work,
answer that?
work expand over the given time.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Next question. Who is the Doctor Strange in this meeting?
Toastmaster Yuvraj.
Yes. Okay. So what was today? Next question. What was today's Toastmaster Paris level pathway and project? Except Toastmaster Sangeeta and Toastmaster Paris can answer. Anybody?
Anyone?
Level 1.
Level 1
Project
project 3.
and pathway.
Dynamic leadership, and level 1 and project 2. I know this because I saw the base camp.
Okay. Well, that is kind of cheating. Next question. Toastmaster Risal and Toastmaster Aman can't answer this question. What was the author's name of the book that was mentioned by Toastmaster Risal?
Mel Robbins.
Yes.
Let them. Let them. Name
Yeah.
of the book.
Yeah. Okay. Next question.
I think you are overrunning time, Trisha.
Actually, I can't see the timer cards actually.
Can't see the timer card?
Do I have?
It's
Can
on
I
more
do
screen.
one more question?
No, over time.
Timing.
We have over time, Tisha?
Okay. Okay. So this was from my end. Because of time constraining, I could not present rest of it. But anyways, over to you, General Evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Tisha, for wonderful questions. Now I would like to welcome our grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster please.
So thank you, Toastmaster Shri. Thank you, Toastmaster Kishan. Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. Thank you, Toastmaster Bhavani. Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Thank you, Toastmaster Tajinder. And thank you, Toastmaster Shraddha, for using the word of the day. Some of the good words used during the meeting is pragmatic. Pragmatic means dealing with a problem in a practical way, like we do. Then another good word is fragment, to break something into small pieces. Pivot, the center point which something turns, and crumbling is to shake. One of the word used by Toastmaster Sangeeta is pounder. It is pounder is somebody said something and you're thinking about it, pondering your thought on that. So these are some of the good words. I think it is more of an intellectual meeting today because I heard a lot of quotes during the session. So one quote is, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," by Toastmaster Risal. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, by Toastmaster Bhavani, and progress principle by Toastmaster Deepak. Wrong use of grammar, I don't think so was any. So that was my report. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ritesh. Now I would like to invite Toastmaster Bhavani for our counter report. Toastmaster.
What an amazing meeting it was. I mean, I have to say it was flawless. Few mistakes here and there, which I'll just break the ice and tell you what it is. I started with that. Okay. Ritesh, you did a great job. A few here and there, but otherwise it was perfect. Again, Tajinder, a few used. Nitin, and some repetitions here and there, like I. Sangeeta was flawless. Shirin was flawless. Paras, excellent. It was a smooth delivery. Aman, again, exemplary evaluation done. No filler words used. Trisha was flawless. Risal was again flawless for the evaluation part. Deepak in his speech was flawless. I didn't find any filler words used. Laksh used a few ands in his speech, but otherwise it was impeccable delivery. Tanish used a few hours, but speaking for 12 minutes is not easy, but it was done very meticulously. Shraddha, I've already mentioned, used a few hours, but otherwise perfect. All in all, it was a great meeting and I really enjoyed it. That's it for me.
Now, timer, do I need to call you?
Yes.
Let's call Dr. Strange on the stage.
So I'm back with my pragmatic report. Now I will present my report. Sir took 3 minutes 45 seconds. Presiding officer Toastmaster Sangeeta took 8 minutes 4 seconds. Host, while introducing the role, 4 minutes 3 seconds. Now it's time for prepared speeches. Toastmaster Bhawani, 7 minutes 9 seconds. Toastmaster Nitin, 7 minutes 11 seconds. Toastmaster Paras, 7 minutes 4 seconds. Toastmaster Risa, 4 minutes 7 seconds. Toastmaster Danish, his time was 12 to 15 minutes, but he took time around 17 minutes 12 seconds. Toastmaster Deepak, 7 minutes 27 seconds. Now it's time for evaluators. Toastmaster Ritesh, 2 minutes 22 seconds. Toastmaster Tajinder, 2 minutes 42 seconds. Toastmaster Sangeeta, 2 minutes 48 seconds. Toastmaster Aman, 3 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Laksh, 2 minutes 36 seconds. Toastmaster Shraddha, 3 minutes 23 seconds. Now, the time for Ox role players. Toastmaster Tisha, 3 minutes 35 seconds. Toastmaster Ritesh, 1 minute 32 seconds. And Toastmaster Bhavani took 1 minute 23 seconds. Now I have presented my report. Now I would like to hand over the stage to General Evaluator Toastmaster Kishore.
Do we have calls for auxiliary role play live?
Yes.
Please vote for the best auxiliary role player. We have 40 seconds for that. Hands up. Everyone done with the voting? Offline, online? So it's time for my report, right? So hello everyone. What I really like is today is Sunday, and Sunday is generally for sleeping and sitting on couch and enjoying our favorite show. But still, there are people online and offline who showed up today and tried to work on their self, push each other, and motivate each other to achieve the higher self, which is quite commendable. Now about the room was quiet and disciplined. A technical glitch occurred, which can happen anytime, but we handle it quite efficiently. I noticed one thing that at times we forget to applaud or clap, which we should be mindful of. Now, one more thing that our guest or few members who are not aware of that we were asking question during Tan's speech. We generally don't do this. This is only that this was his pathway under his pathway guidelines that he had to handle the tough crowd, difficult crowd. About Sa and host, that is Toastmaster Shri. He did excellent work. Meeting started on time. Room setup was proper. Club mission statement and housekeeping rule were properly read. Excellent work. Now, about our president, Toastmaster Sagita, despite not feeling well, the president showed great commitment by attending the meeting. This shows, says going extra mile just to be there, and we all are doing the same. So, commendable work on everyone's part, including our president. Now, about evaluators, I would not take much time because every evaluator today was immaculate. They use the technique CRC, that is commendable, recommendation, and that is CRC approach, that is commendation, recommendation, and commendation. So every evaluator used that approach, and everyone was flawless. So nothing to mention or suggest there. Listener did the fantastic job, came up with some excellent questions. I would like to suggest one thing, that if we can, that we should not ask questions from pathways. Then like you are already excluding two people from that question. About grammarian role, Toastmaster Ritesh explained the role very well, and word of the day was properly explained. One suggestion there, that grammarian role should be taken by Thursday, so that we can prepare the word of the day and idiom of the day beforehand coming to this meeting. Our counter role was perfectly well played by Toastmaster Bhavani. She used CRC approach, and last but not the least, timer. I think electricity draws power from you. So he did quite commendable job. One thing I would like to suggest, that when some speaker exceeds his time, you should mention that if someone like exited time by 2 or 3 minutes or 30 seconds, 40 seconds against their given slots. And overall, our meeting was quite good, and we are on time, which is again a very appreciating thought. And we did great job today, coming on Saturday and working on ourselves. Thank you. Over to you, Toastmaster.
The polls for the Big Two role players are already there. Big Two. And I would request all of you to cast your votes. And for other role players, we have a lot of ties today. And before moving further, I just want everyone to cast their vote. And Yuvraj, could you tell after 30 seconds? Thank you, Toastmaster Yuvraj. Before moving further, I just wanted to state that we are a little short of certificates. Therefore, we will be providing you with digital certificates. And once we get our certificates, I would be giving the certificates the next week. Therefore, for pictures, we can just take a picture from the certificates that are already there. And it's so nice to see so many people voted, and every members have voted. That is the best thing.
Sangeeta is frozen, right?
Yeah, we can't hear you, Sangeeta. Yuvraj. Paras.
Nobody's listening.
Yeah.
And for best evaluator, I wish. Yeah. Toastmaster Sangeeta this time. Now for best Ox role player, we have two. Any guesses? All the members, could you guess who's the best Ox role player?
Yuvraj. Isha.
Okay. Electrons, please come here. And Toastmaster Vitesh as well. Toastmaster Vitesh. Congratulations.
Thanks.
And now for the best big two role players today, it's Toastmaster. The voting was very tough. It's just because of one person, it's like 50-50 vote was there and it was a tie again, but one person voted for Toastmaster Shiri, so she's the winner. Yes, it was a tough fight because 7 people voted for Toastmaster Kishan, 7 people voted for Toastmaster Shiri, and the last one voted for Toastmaster Shiri. So it's 8 and 7, and it's wonderful because Toastmaster Kishan is a very new Toastmaster and he has just aced it. When he's a grammarian, I am like waiting when he'll be a grammarian. When he our counter, I feel like he can be anything because the way we learn, the way he can teach us, it's amazing. And thank you, Toastmaster Kishan. And I want to appreciate 2 people today. One is Toastmaster Anmol. Thank you for coming, even after your exams and all. It's like something that I can always admire. And Toastmaster Aman, has he left? Yes, he is at home and he has a very poor network. And he was dicey whether he should be coming or not. But he not only attended, he took a role. And I really appreciate all of you for taking so much of commitment. I can get whenever there is a slot free, we can give to other clubs as well. But no, my members should get the chance. Take 2 roles, take 3 roles, practice harder because it's not only about Toastmaster giving speeches, it also helps you when you are in office, when you are in college, completing your assignments on priority whenever there are 4 or 5 assignments together, whenever there are 4 or 5 projects in office together, it really helps. And thank you, electrons and the electricity. My whole Toastmaster members are my electricity because I came here. I feel better. Thank you for all the positivity. And with this, I adjourn the meeting. But before that, as usual, we have a ritual of taking a picture. So half of them can stand here, half of them can stand here. Just come on, please. And our BPPR, that's Toastmaster people will take a picture. Please come, please come. Okay, are we all visible?
Yes. Smile, please. Smile. Awesome. One more time. Smile, please. Say cheese. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Deepak. Let's adjourn the meeting.
Thank you.